Come closer. A little bit closer. We're top of the league, baby. If you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button? We're close to 300 subscribers. It'll be awesome if you can make that happen. We're trying to hit 500 by the end of the year, which I believe we can do. It's 11 games unbeaten also. Go and hit that like button. Let's try and hit 150 likes. I think we can do it. Definitely 11 games unbeaten. Go smash that like button. It'll be much appreciated. Portsmouth 1, Coventry City 2. What a performance it was by the Sky Blues. A little bit different to what we're used to. We're used to playing with a back four. We played with a back five, as Lampard likes to call it though, a back three, and we absolutely deserve that win today. There are a few moments in the game that was controversial, a couple of penalty shouts, a row on the sideline with Lampard and their manager, which Lampard doesn't actually want to go into. I listened to his comments after the match and he said that he didn't want to get into it, but it was something to do with him getting in the ear of the fourth official, planting those seeds in their heads. I don't know what it was about though, but Lampard doesn't want to elaborate. And we looked really defensively solid today. The clean sheet era has come to an end in the 96th minute, was it? I mean, that was a totally avoidable goal. Let's be real. They play a long ball. Defender just doesn't clear it. Rushford comes off his line. They chip it over him. We try and clear it off the line. We couldn't do that. They get one goal. And then the last minute and a half, 2 minutes was the only time in the game where I felt a little bit of pressure in my tummy. They had a couple of penalty shouts. I mean, the first one, De Silva, sometimes they'll give that, sometimes they won't. On today, we didn't get given against us. And it's that thing again I talk about. You get those decisions going your way when you're top of the league. If we were towards the bottom, that definitely would have been called as a penalty. And then the second penalty in the second half, Wolverhampton handball, not for me. Absolutely not. He gets shoved in the back in the box and then hits his knee or his foot and then bounces up and hit his arm. Definitely not a penalty. What impressed me was the turnaround, the change of formation, as I mentioned before. We went with that back three / back five, and Lampard even stated this, that the players took on the responsibility of those roles that he gave them throughout the week and they implemented it really well. The three centre backs just so commanding today, really calm on the ball. Rushworth, his clearances were actually good today compared to Saturday. Sims was class today, got 2 assists for Brandon Thomas Asante's 2 goals. The second one, what a ball that was. Brandon did really well to keep himself onside. The finish necessarily wasn't the greatest, but who cares? We scored the goal in the end. Sims could have had a goal with that cutback from Tats, I believe. He scuffed it with his left foot. Should be burying that. It's 3-0. Game over. But as we know, 2-0 in football is just that result where it's really, really unsure. They score one goal, they're back into the game, and that's what they did. Another player I was impressed was Tats. He came off the bench, he created some good opportunities, dribbled past a couple of players. And actually during this game, I was thinking, Tats is nowhere near the levels of this squad. And then he just came on and started to put in a performance. And that's what you want from your players off the bench. You want them making those decisions and making those performances. So then Lampard has to come to a decision and say, who do I start? That's a good headache to have as a manager. Grimes in the midfield, I felt he was very, very quiet. I believe it's because we changed that back five, and usually he's the one who creates that back five. He drops back into the 2 centre backs and then he becomes a centre back himself and plays the ball. But today he kind of had to play more of a midfield role, not advanced, but sort of side by side with Torp, and he really struggled in the second half. When we were 2-0 up, that's when he controlled the game. That's when he dropped back even more and created a back four sometimes. And whenever we did create a back four in the first half, you could see what we were doing. It was a back four of 3 centre backs, Grimes, and then the wing backs were pushing up. It's like a 4-3-3, but the 2 wing backs kind of created a midfield in themselves alongside Torp there, and then you had the front three, Mason Clark, Thomas Asante, and then also Ellis Sims. Congratulations to Rushworth for getting the clean sheet record where he's gone the longest amount without conceding a goal. So he conceded and then he went on that Leicester run. He's accumulated the most minutes of not conceding a goal for Coventry City. So congratulations to Carl Rushworth. He's only played 11 games. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to look at it from their perspective, and do they come away from this game feeling hard done by? I don't think they do. Yeah, they had a lot of shots. As you can see in the first half and the second half, they had some decent shots, but their XG wasn't actually great. They didn't have any clear-cut chances. It was more shots on the edge of the box or just inside the box going wide, not really making Carl Rushworth make any great saves. While we, every single time we went forward, we just created chance after chance after chance, and that's especially what their fans said on social media. They said that they were very lucky to only be 1-0 down at half-time. The amount of chances that they were conceding was just too many for their liking, and it was a tough game even though we created a lot of chances. They're probably the second best team to play us this season alongside Blackburn Rovers, who we just played against. So it's great to get 2 wins in games that we really struggled with at times. And with that change in formation, we kind of changed how we had to play. We weren't necessarily knocking it around the back, especially in the first half. We resorted to long balls, but it worked out today. Ellis Sims was holding up the ball really well, getting those flick-ons, and I think if Haji Wright started up front, I don't think we would have done as well as we did. That's a positive. No Haji Wright today, gave him a full game's rest rest. He'll be nice and fit. I'm going to move along to a new section in my match reactions, which is going to be my player ratings. We're going to start off with Cole Rushforth in goal. I'm going to give him a solid 7. Yes, he conceded a goal. End of the world. Oh my god, clean sheets are gone. Oh no, what are we going to do? But he just did the basics. He mopped up every single shot that was at him. He let all the things go that needed to. I think he was really solid in goal. 7 out of 10 for me. Milan at right back, he got a yellow card. I think it's 19 games in, so he's got 8 games to not even get a yellow card. So let's see if that can happen. I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. Very quiet today, but you know, he still did really well at that right back position. The 3 centre backs, I can't pick them apart, you know. I'm going to give them all 7.5 out of 10. I don't remember who made the mistake for the goal, but I'm not going to punish them just because of that. They defended really well the whole game, and I think it's very harsh if you just bump them down. De Silva at left back, I'll give him a 6.5 also. I didn't really notice him too much in the game. A couple of times he did really well in tight situations getting the ball out, and he's just improved so much under Lampard. Being a 6.5 isn't actually like saying he's bad in this game. It's because he's improved so much this season that I know he can go another level because he's already shown it. So this wasn't a bad performance by him or Van Ivek. It's just that they're so class that 6.5 is still a good result for them. Midfield, I'll give Grimes a 7 and I'll give Victor Torp a 7. I saw on FOTMob, I think Torp was the lowest rated player. I don't know what game they were watching. I thought Torp was really well in that midfield. He's got the ability to just jink past the player, and what I love about Grimes going to him is he sees the pass, right, and he sees that it's cut out, and then he does a little shimmy and then he pulls it back to where he was initially going to play the pass. So he has that sort of body feint where he's going to play the pass, he doesn't, he cuts inside, and then he goes back to that position and plays it. It's smart, it's very deceptive, and that's what I love about Grimes in that midfield. He makes it look so easy because he does those additional little things there. Thomas Asante, I was going to give him a 10 out of 10, but you can't because he didn't score the hat-trick. 9.5. Everything he touched today was absolutely gold. Yeah, he's just on fire at the moment. What is it? 5 goals, 6 goals in 3 games. Absolutely crucial. I did a poll on my YouTube channel saying who's the most important player or who's the best player for Coventry City so far this season, and Brendan Thomas Asante won the vote. And I've definitely got to agree. It's not just he's scoring goals and that's it. He's contributing in other ways, which is immense. And that's what you need in a team. Mason Clark, I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. I think he was quiet at times. He had that early shot in the first half. Other than that, he ran them ragged a little bit, but he didn't create necessarily a load. So I think a 6.5 is fair for him. Ellis Sims up front, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. He did well today. The only thing I can criticise him for really was that chance that he had that he didn't score. Otherwise, he would have been a 9 out of 10. He played absolutely phenomenal up front. Does he start over Hadji Wright? For me, still no. 2 assists though today. It's good for his bank. It's good for his confidence. It's good for the squad. It's good for everybody. And that's what I'm loving at the moment is everybody's chipping in everywhere. Kessler Hayden came off the bench. He could have got an assist for Ellis Sims. It was very reminiscent of that Sheffield Wednesday where Tats had it, played him the overlap, he put it across the box, and Ellis Sims just wasn't aware of it. You can see his reaction afterwards. So Ellis Sims kind of could have had 2 goals, 2 assists today. That could have been a 10 out of 10 performance. Off the bench, Bidwell, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Kessler Hayden, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Jamie Allen came on, does the basic stuff again. I love Jamie Allen. He's an underrated player in this squad, and I think he's one of the better ones. I don't think he's class enough to start the games, but I feel like when he comes off the bench, he shows that he's willing to put in the effort for the team, and he deserves to be in the squad. And even Lampard said that in his post-match interview. He said Jamie Allen comes on, just does what he does, and that's what he loves about him. He gets the instructions, he implements it, and that's what you want as a coach. We're going to do the manager Frank Lampard, his rating. I've got to give him an 8.5. Changing the formation is a tricky thing to do, and it could have backfired easily. You always say this, don't change a winning side, and he changed it, but it worked out today. So whenever it works out, you get the kudos. When it doesn't work out, you get the criticism. He gets the kudos from me, 8.5 out of 10. So with that result, it makes it 7 wins, 4 draws, 0 losses, 31 goals scored, 8 conceded, 5 wins out of 5. We're going on a winning streak again like we did last year. It's absolutely incredible. We're still above Middlesbrough because they haven't played their game yet. So we're 4 points clear at the top of the table, which is just so nice to have that breathing room. And then the drop off to 7th in the league is actually 7 points. So we've given ourselves the affordance where we come up against an Ipswich, or we come up against a good team like Middlesbrough or Southampton, those teams who were predicted to be in the top 6 at the start of the season. We can go to their ground and we don't necessarily have to get the win because we've already got the points against teams that we should get the points against. Side note, it's lovely to see Leicester again losing a game. Leicester 8th in the league, 4 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses, 17 points. They're 8 points behind the Sky Blue Army. Mind that gap, Foxes, mind the gap. We move along to the weekend. Watford, it's got to be another victory. This could be a slippery one. It's the pessimist in me where I just feel like we're just going to slip up when we're not supposed to. But this season, they're not showing me any reason to think that. It's just past experiences where I'm like, yeah, we're going to slip up against this team who necessarily aren't doing too well this season. Watford are currently sitting 16th in the league. 3 draws, 3 wins, 4 losses. They play West Brom tomorrow, so it'll be nice to keep an eye on their score and see what they do and how they play. So that's been my match reaction. It could have been 3, it could have been 4, but Coventry win 2-1 at Portsmouth. 5 wins in a row. Absolutely fantastic. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Let's try and hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. A like on this video would be appreciated. As I said, let's try and hit 150 likes. I'll catch you in the next video where it will be Watford versus Coventry preview and then also EFL Championship Match Day 12 predictions.